Hi there, and thank you so much for sticking to the course. I hope you will enjoy the course so far. So basically, I was a bit sick. I was unable to talk, and even I emailed you guys as well about the sickness. So the content creation was a little bit stopped, and now we need to get started creating more content. All right. So if you remember in previous video, we discussed about typography, we discuss about colors, and even we create styles. These styles over here for the text styles and for the color styles. Okay, that's it. Now we need to create buttons. Okay, so to understand button, you can see over here we have this small and large button over here. Okay, so this small button we have 36 in height, and you can see where the I'm sorry, this large button is 48. All right, it could be 56, it could be whatever. It totally depends on the designs that you are going to create. Okay, and even if you can see over here we have these icons over here. Okay, so icon on the left. All right, and we also have text button over here, and one other thing, we have the primary color with the black and the primary color with the yellow button, and even we have secondary button over here as well. And if you can see over here we also have secondary button with fill, and even we have disable button over here as well. Okay, so far so good, we are done, and we will also not create a lot of buttons. Okay, so whatever we need to create, at least that could help us. And even if we get started with the apps design, we could definitely add more button in our design system as well. It could totally depend on the app. Okay, so far so good. I will just create maybe 2 or 3 variation of the button. All right, so I will just go ahead and take a copy as png from here. Okay, png copied, and now let's get into it and paste it over here. So at least we have the structure like what we need to design. All right, now let me go ahead and copy this one. All right, and this should be button. All right, buttons. Perfect. So to create button, we need to at least understand why we need buttons. And even I already explained that to you as well, so I will not explain it again because we already have that in our previous videos, especially once we get started creating buttons. Okay, so far so good. Now let's get into it. All right, so I will go ahead and select the text tool and start creating text button. All right, so far so good. Now I will go ahead and give it a text maybe for now let's give it 18 pixel semi bold. That's fine. I will give in auto layout. Boom, and you can see over here the height is 46 over here. Okay, and maybe I will decrease it to maybe 38. 38 is fine. This will be our small button. Okay, and one other thing that I will do is I will go ahead and create this button a component. Okay, perfect. I will make it button. All right, and this is button, and let's give it a fill as well. So the fill should be maybe black. Okay, and this should be white. This should be maybe yellow or white. This is fine, but in our case it's white, so let's make this white. All right, so far so good. All right, and if you can see over here we have roundness over here, so let's give it a roundness. Perfect. This is the button we have so far. Okay, the text is over here we have 18 pixel, and for the small I will make this 14 pixel. Okay, and you can see over here the height is also decreases, so I will go ahead and increase this a little bit, so maybe like 8 pixel or maybe 10 pixel. Let's go with the 40 pixel, so the small button will be 40 pixel. Okay, and I can decrease this whatever I wanted. So for now that is fine. Okay, super. Now we need to do that and variant. So I will go ahead and start creating variant. Okay, so this is the second button we have. So now we have it, we have created the variant, and I will give it like small and large. So this one is large and this one is small. All right, and for the large, the text should be maybe 16 is fine, and the height should be, let's give it maybe 52 is fine. 52 is fine. Okay, so we have small and we have the large button created. Okay, so for example, if I need to use it in our design, I can do that like this, and I can change from small to large. Very easy. All right, now it's time to create more stuff. It's time to make this button more mature. Okay, so first thing first, we will give it an icon. All right, so to give it icon, I will go ahead and come over here and maybe start taking some icons, maybe this one, and let's take this one as well. I just copy those and I will paste it over here. Okay, so one by one I will organize it. Perfect. So since we are working on different file, I will detach that. Okay, so to detach these something from the instances, I will just right click and you can see over here this detach instance. Okay, so super. All right, so to give it a proper naming, I will divide these icons into icons. Okay, so for example, I will then show you why I did it, okay, later. So this one I get icon and then slash. All right, then it should be icon slash. All right, icon slash and icon slash. Okay, I will definitely you will understand why I did this. So now I will make this create multiple component. Okay, super. So now if I go to the asset, you will see over here we have all libraries, and if I search for icons, you can see over here we have these icons over here. Okay, so these we can easily find. Once we search for icons, we have these icons over here. Okay, so but I will show you why I did that. Okay, super. Now I think I will use this icon. I will use this icon and I will put it over here. All right, so I will decrease the size to maybe 18 or 20. 20 is fine. Okay, and I will make this white. All right, boom. Now I will use it over here as well. I will select this and I will drag it all the way to the right over here like this. Perfect. Now I will use this icon over here and this icon over here. Perfect. Boom. But in the large button, I will increase the size to 24 pixel here, and it should be also 24 pixel. Super. So we have the icons over here as well. I will show you why I added these icons. Okay, if you remember, we have in most of the if we have sometime icon on the right, sometime we have icon on the left, right? Sometime we don't have icons, right? So now we will give that properties: icon on the left, icon on the right. Okay, so it is very easy. I just select this variant, and now I will go ahead and start adding properties. Okay, so if I click on this create properties, and now I will have to choose this Boolean, okay, for the icon on the left and icon on the right. So I select that and I will make this icon on the right, or right icon. Okay, I will also create another one. All right, and it should be icon left icon. Perfect. You can see over here we have this not used within the component, and even if I copy this, and you can see over here we have just small and large, we don't have any icon, we cannot do changes and that. All right, so now if I select this icon, all right, and maybe I will select this icon as well, since these both are our left icon, and you can see over here this is apply variable and properties. So if I select this, and you can see over here left icon, I will hit this. So now the left icon properties is applied over here, and now you can see over here we can just do the changes like this. We can toggle this on and off to show and hide this icon on the left. So I will do the same for the right one. So I selected this, and I will again select this apply variable and our properties, and I will give it right icons. Okay, so now I can do changes in both. Okay, so icon left, right. If we don't need icon, it's very simple. Okay, and previously, if you remember, in this button what we did, we assign properties to each button like with icons, so now we need, it is very simple that we can do it like this. All right, now we have this property one, and property one, it should be it should be size, because we have small and large size, right? And we have these buttons. All right, and even I can do another thing over here as well. For example, if I select this, and now if I want to add another properties, and this time if I need to do the text, okay, so I just hit text, and the text should be maybe button. All right, and let's create this. Okay, so now this button is created, and now you can see over here we not used with the component, and even if we select this, we don't have it over here as well. Okay, so it's very easy. I will just go ahead and select this text and this text, and I will assign that property. Okay, so if you can see over here apply variable and property, this time we can do it from here, and I have to select this text. Okay, and the text is why we are unable to the text, we don't have text over here, we didn't add anything to this button, right? So that's why we can't do that. So now if I select this, okay, and you can see over here this button, so what I can change over here, so it should be text or button text, and this one should be button. Boom. So now you can see over here this button text was applied to all the button, even the instance as well. Okay, super. So it is very easy. You got it, how you can create the style as well. Okay, the text style as well. Now again I will just select this, and I will go ahead and add this property, and this time we will use instant swap. So if you remember over here we created these icons, and we gave these properties as well, icon slash magic, icon slash, so these are basically divided into one folder, which is icon. Okay, so now super easy. If I wanted to, first thing first, we need to create properties. Okay, so we will do instant swap here, and instant swap I will go ahead, and I think this is fine, but we can do it like, for example, icons. All right, and create properties. So for instant swap, you can see over here we have this icons folder that we have created. Okay, so if I select this, perfect, even I can choose whatever I wanted to. So for the default I want this one, and create it. Okay, so this icon swap is added, instant swap is I'm sorry, instant swap is added over here. Okay, and to add this super, we can just apply it very easily. Okay, so I just select these, and now let's apply these instant swap. Okay, so if I select this, and I will just select head this icons. Perfect. Now you can see over here, if I select this one and I can change the icon, the right icon, the left icon, so far, and even I can choose the sizes, small, large, and even I can change the text from here. It should be login or whatever. Okay, super easy. We can even change the text from here as well, and it's you on both way we can do it. All right, and for example, if I need to change the icon, there is one thing that we have to worry about, because we apply this instance width on all of those, and it is making problem for us. Okay, so I will go back and I will select one by one and I will apply. So I will just go back to where we were. I think this time we applied. Okay, so I select this and now let's create icons. Okay, select this, apply icons here, apply icons here, apply icon here. Okay, now if I select this, why it's not working? It should be working. So even if you remember, we we don't use icons on the left and on the right. Okay, we just use one icon at a time, right? So we can, it could be at the right or on the left, so we can choose, and swap these icons very easily. Okay, so it could be left or right, we can choose these icons. Okay, so now you got the idea that how you can create the buttons, how you can add icons, swap over there, and how you can add all the properties. Okay, super. And now I will just leave this where it is, and now I'll just select this and I will just hit this, so we create another buttons as well. So this time we will create primary yellow. So this time I will just change the color to yellow. Okay, and I'm sorry, these text should be also changed to white, to black, sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, it should be black. All right, perfect. And if you can see over here, we have the sizes over here. All right, so this should be small and this should be large. It is the same. Okay, so I will make this small and make this large. And now you can see over here the properties and value of this variant are conflicting because we assign small here, and large here, large here. So this time what we can do over here is we will create another property of button. One is size and one is style. All right, if you can see over here, let's go back and see what we have over here. Is we have this type. All right, so we have style and we have type over here. So this time we will create another property and we will call it type. All right, so let's start with variant and we need type. So the type should be, one is primary, created there. Okay, so we have type primary. All right, and we can do that. So this one is primary black. Okay, so I can even do the changes over here as well. So this one is primary small and it should be black. Okay, and this one should be large primary black. Okay, and this one should be primary yellow and primary yellow. Boom. So now you can see over here we don't have any conflicting over here. Everything is perfect. Now if I wanted to change from small to large, I can do it. Okay, and one thing that I can do is if I select this and I even if I need it, I will make this small. So the first letter was, and it was in small letter, so I just make it in capital. Okay, perfect. So small, large, this is fine. Then we have types, so primary black, primary yellow, we need it. We can still apply, play with the icons. Super. We can even change the text from here and here as well. We can swap icons. Super. Okay, super. All right, now we created our primary button, we created our secondary button, and now let's create our, those are primary buttons. Now it's time to create our secondary button, which is this button over here. Okay, so this time again I will just select both of those and just hit this add variant. Okay, so now we have more buttons here. Okay, and this time let's give it a stroke, and let's remove this fill. We can make it white, but I would I can make it, I don't need to give it a color for now. Okay, so this is fine. Now I will select this, give it a stroke, and it should be our black. All right, and I just get rid of the fill as well, and select this, and this should be our black color. Perfect. So this one is secondary, and this one is secondary small and secondary large. Now again we have conflict. You can see over here conflict variant, because this one is small and primary yellow, this one is small and primary yellow. Okay, so now we have to create if I select this, you can see over here we have this type. All right, so if I select this, you can see over here we have this primary black, and primary yellow. Okay, so we need to add another type which is secondary. Okay, so to give it secondary, I will just hit this, and I will, instead of this primary, I will give it secondary. Okay, I will just select, copy the text, and hit enter. Okay, and this time I will also give it secondary as well. So now if you can see over here, if I select this type, we have the secondary option as well over here. Perfect. So now we have this secondary button over here. So I think you will get the idea, and you can do practicing on it, and hopefully it will give you a better idea as well. And one other thing that I can do here is, if you can see over here, we have this disable, and then we have this secondary with fill. Okay, so it is also very easy. We can I will just go ahead, and but the secondary is fine, I will just hit this plus, and now I will go ahead and fill this with our secondary color, which is this one, and this one should be also fill, and it should be secondary color. Boom. And we don't need the stroke here, so I will remove the stroke, and these I will select both of those, and instead of this primary black, I will make this white. Okay, all right, so we have then secondary fill. Okay, secondary, all right, secondary button, secondary, we can call it tertiary, and this one we can call it secondary. Okay, so I think let's copy this, select this, both of those, and instead of secondary, I will make this secondary, and this one should be tertiary. All right, perfect. Now this one is secondary, so boom, we don't have any conflict. Okay, so far, so we created our buttons. I think this is what we needed. And lastly, we will add disable button over here as well. Okay, so super, let's add the disable one. So I will select this, and I will hit this add variant. All right, so I just hit this variant button, and now we have the copy of it as well, and I will make this disabled. All right, so we have this disable button, and instead of this fill, I will give it maybe this color. Okay, so we have disable button over here as well. So if you can see over here, now we have all the properties. I can change from secondary, small to large, to disable, to tertiary, and I can even left I hide and unhide icon. I can do change the text, and I can play with that as well. Okay, so that's it so far. I hope you will enjoy this video so far, and next video we will try to discuss about toggles and checkboxes. It will be super easy, and we will try to make some output. All right, so see you in the next video.